What's good, fam? Well, good, well, good. Let's see if everything in check. We checking to make sure everything good. So what we trying to do right now is go live for a minute to be able to put some knowledge out there at the same time while I gain in knowledge to be able to trade the market with financial freedom, bruh, because this is a whole goal right now. We try to put this up in the air in 2025, 2026. My whole goal is to try to be able to put trading on the map, like try to do this big. So right now, I'm currently in this trade that has to do with, I'm currently in this setup with gold. I'm in this setup with gold, and I'm in this short here on gold. I'm in this setup here on gold. I just took this short here on gold, and I got one long on Euro USD. One short on gold and one long on Euro USD. So we taking this, and the reason for this, we could do a top-down analysis and see the long-term approach based off of why I took this, right? So looking at the left, we can see that the market actually retested this level, and this level. The market, if you've been in the market for a while, you would understand that the market repeats itself based off of support and resistance countless amount of time. It doesn't do nothing different. You understand? It always repeats the same thing. It does the same thing over. So it's like support, we got support here, resistance here, we got resistance, we got resistance. It didn't exactly top the area. Then we have a resistance level here, and then we find support. So I expect in this market to at least fill this wick here, come back and tap into this level and see if we could be able to make that one my outlook on the weekly approach when it comes to looking at the market based off the higher time frame. So then we drop it down to the daily time frame where we could see that price were pushing to the downside at one point here, right? We were coming down at this point, pushing to the downside, looking to go that way and right here. So the market not completely shift till it take out this high for me. Like it don't take out this high to be on point. Like he don't take that out. I didn't see that before, but that's a good point. We don't take out this, so we got the BOS, right? That the next point right there. Let me put that, not that. We want to put that we have the BOS right there, which is the breakage structure. We have the breakage structure on the daily time frame. So that means we should be coming somewhere about either up to this level or to completely fill the wick up here. Because overall we bullish. So it's a great probability that we could continue to the upside, right? So what we're gonna do is let's tap into the H4 time frames. When we tap into the H4 time frames, we can see that the market based off of swing points, we can see the market will come into the downside. Right here, we start a shift, right? We start a shift right here, pushing to the other side. So now here we pull back and I'm expecting it to break up out here, retest probably something about here, and then push to the upside, going that way. Because we don't kind of like break the channel. We don't kind of like break that channel, come into the downside right there. So what I would be expecting right now is to see the market continue that bullish structure. Hopefully buyers stay in this market because buyers really taking over right now. And if we put this on, let's go with the last two. With these 2 points here, we can see that the market pushing this way, right? We going on this side. So we definitely will be looking to see either push from here and Nugget come back and retest this level, retest it like this, and then push up. Or he could just push to the upside, then consolidate somewhere here and then continue to the upside, right? We could have that. There's a great probability that that could be the case that happened or the scenario that we would be looking for. But again, you always want to leave room in your mind to say, well, okay, what happened if we pull back? You definitely want to protect your capital. We have a third touch, fourth touch problem, and then push to the upside. There's just probability of what a market actually could bring, what it could do. and stuff like that. So I would definitely just leave that there to see how that could play out. Let's see how that could play out when it comes to the market and see if we get that pump to the upside. I trade on one super small account right now because I'm trying to actually build and work on my confidence when it comes to trading right now. And I'm trying to build one account. I blew my 50K account and I blew my personal account. I got totally in one emotional wreck where I had to be able to step away, but I didn't, and that will happen. But again, so now that we dropped down from the H4 down to the H1, it's not much of a difference when it comes to the H4 and the H1. Only thing you can see is basically small structure point in shift in the market and stuff like that. We can see the small little shift and stuff. Market playing wrong, boom, boom. So here I'll be expecting the market to either go up or have like one push some about here before retracing and then push into the upside. Because anywhere the market finds support or a resisted level, it always reject. I would say like 70 to 80% of the time, it might not reject all the way back down, but at some point the market and reject that level, it can reject that level, and then it can create this push or this pullback or something when it reaches to that point. So when we break it down to the 30 minutes, again, it's not much information that we could actually try to change when it comes based off of that. But at the same time, it's like I just see him bias at this point. It really not no chance for me to look for sells because the market's super bullish on the higher time frame and super bullish on the lower time frame. So the best thing to do is actually look for buys. So when we draw on, we support resistance level, and we look left, we now down on the 5 minutes. We can see right here, we got support, we got resistance, we got this here, but this don't break. He don't take this out, he don't break this and bounce off of that. So now we got this here as a support level as well. But these are slight support. These are on the 5 minutes, 15 minutes time frame. They really not holding much weight because they're not like on the H4, the daily or the bigger time frame. So they're just something that you should be, well, that I gotta be actually just watching, monitoring to see how the market can react to that. I protected my capital, super protective. I'm trying to be conservative and see how the market can react to that. I'm not trading him right now. My only focus is to trade gold and Euro USD. For some reason, sometimes gold and Euro USD did a correlate and did a move kind of like in the same direction. But right now, they're kind of not. So right now, my overall point of this is to try to sell down to this point, sell down to this level of support. And if gold give me opportunity, well, I already have one pending order down here because I'm trying to buy this market back up to this high. This, I'd call this like a solo high. This is like a high by itself. It doesn't have like a double top or a triple top. When the market usually doesn't have like a double top or a triple top, it tends to retest that area um, either in the next day, the next week, or the next session. But most of the time, it can retest that level and it can actually create some kind of pattern or something before it actually either continue or it break. So that's the reason I actually take this short because if we look into this, we can see that the market come, push up, retrace, push up. Just like how it push up here and retrace, it push up here and it retrace. I catch this move yesterday, right? We caught that move yesterday. Now the market pushed back up, but it failed to take out this lower high point, and then it started giving me bearish signs on the lower time frame. So now I'm looking to push it back into this support. It could probably come all the way back into this support. So the one thing I want to do is be super cautious when it comes to this pending order because now that I see that, I just remove this pending order and wait to see if the market got actually just continue to drop to the downside. Because if we look at it based off of this is one impulsive move to the upside, we got this, we got lower high, we got lower low, then we got like the same lower high point. So we could end up coming either here or breaking this, coming back here, coming back down to here before we actually push back up to this point. Anything could happen with the market. You should never like something that I try to do not to do is like basically marry my mind to one idea based off of what I think the market could do, but trade based off of what I see the market doing rather than what I think it could do. It's just much better to actually trade that way because if you trade in the market, if you trade in the market in that sense, it way better because it's like you always reactive, you always waiting to see what happen rather than marrying your thoughts to like, okay, this supposed to happen. Like you feel like this is an obligation that this should happen when that not the truth. And that kind of like after journaling for a minute, I kind of understand that that was a big mistake in mine of trying to fixate your mindset that the market could do this or it could do that. The market could do what it want when it want. It could go where it want. It could go how far it want. It could come back when it feel like. So right now, what I'm looking at right now is this super important point right here. If you pay attention to this, we could see we highlight these points, these bounces. We could see that the market retested them. It rejected this resistance level here. The market rejected this resistance level here. Let me copy this over. We got this rejection there. We got rejection here. And we got rejection here. So there's two things that could actually happen. The market could come, if you look at it on the left side, that help you identify what's the possibility of happening on the right side, right? If we look left, we can see that the market actually created one downward. The market actually created one downward trend right here. I hate that color. Let me put this red. Let me put this smaller than that, 2 pixels. Okay, so we could see that happening. We got this here as well. So we could see that we're like actually creating one channel to the downside, right? So it's a high probability that the market could probably come, pull back from here, reject this level, and push up. That's a probability that could happen, right? That the market not gonna come all the way down to that level. It doesn't need to. It could reject from right here and push to the upside and then move up instead of continuing to move down because we got support level right there. I'd call this my Z level because it's like is the level that I love to trade off of. When the market come and respect these level, wait, respected on the support side, it respected on the support side, then it respected on the resistance side. So that like double confirmation for me. If this price failed to break this level here, I'll be exiting this right here, and then I got wait to see what gonna happen next because I know I got actually give back. This is like we done 63 pips in profit. It wouldn't make no sense to give back this amount of that amount of pips in the market. It would be like crazy stupid to give back that much. So right now, what we're gonna do is drop we stop loss to break even, and we risk free on this trade, right? So we gonna just let this trade pull out, this trade play out to see how this could actually be. So we got damn Euro USD pulled back big times on me. We're gonna wait to see if he can respect the structure point right here and continue to push up, or he not gonna respect it. What I'm seeing is he respected this level of resistance on the left side. We respecting this level of resistance, but again, we gotta see if he can continue to do this and push to the upside, come back, retest this, and then push up. If he managed to break this, keep in mind every time the market find resistance on the some kind of resistance on the left, it could reject sometime on this side. But if he could manage to break that the second attempt, that would be super dope because then at that point we would actually start to like um have some freedom because once it could break that, it's like we got room to actually push to the upside, right? So what we're gonna do is move put which one is this? I just want how gold and Euro USD at this point. Let me put them in the same bucket. Um, Let me put them in the same bucket at this point. Let me match them together. Open list. Share list. I got so long and I will use this side. I don't even remember how to. I got like the hot list, the my watch list. Okay, let me see what that is. My watch list. Anyhow, I don't want how all of them on, but at this point, I just leave it because I don't quite remember how to change that right now. So he pulling down. I set one alert here on Euro USD Euro. I mean US 30 in case that break. Then I gotta check that. I don't want to be back and forth on that, right? So gold, like I told you, gold starting to showing here rejection point. What we gonna do is be super cautious and see how this candlestick can close. If this candlestick close bullish, we're gonna wait for the next candlestick to see if it confirmed that it could drop or what it could do. Here, I could still leave this about this lower high point here on this 2 minute time frame to see if we're gonna continue to drop or if we're gonna just push right back to the upside, right? So that's something that's super important to see based off of the reaction of the based off the reaction at that price zone. We just gotta wait to see if the market gonna continue to push up or it gonna retrace and then push to the other side and give it some time. Then give it some time to see what the market gonna actually do because right they kind of crazy, you know. So that could be we could have a good win at it if he pushed to the downside because this would be risk to reward. We're talking about 2.4. 2.4. So you actually having you risking one to make 2 times that. So gold definitely rejected your resistance hard, but at the same time, I think I got him at a good space when it comes to support and resistance. And that's a big bullish engulfing candle. This is not the best market to be able to trade these pairs because these pairs usually the move in either London or New York session. This should have been a little bit for me. I kind of getting I would say too impulsive. I should have waited a little bit longer for this trade to set up before I take it. It would have been better to wait for it to pull back either there or wait for it to pull back like around this level here. This would have been a lot better for me. This zone here and then take the buy because I know this would have probably reject here, but I thought it would have break it because it had a lot of momentum. So we gonna see. We gonna see what actually happened. Let's see between gold now. If gold break, that's super dope because we could hit this level and then we could just relax, you know. We could just relax. If he break and close below that. The reason I get into gold was because of like the structure, right? When I do this and I see structure that like that freaking that what name to my ear. See the market lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, seeing lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high here, then lower low there. So it's like this showing me all kind of drop to the downside. I'm not looking for no buy at that point. It wouldn't make no sense. It wouldn't make no sense at all to look for buys when the market's showing you that it looking more potentially it looking like it could drop way better on the downside than for the upside, right? So I look to see if we could actually just drop and retest that support level. If we don't, then I don't know why up with this. This should be a risk-free trade with up to let me see 65 pips almost. That should be a risk-free trade. It's not a reason to go back for the 65 pips when you're done in profit with that much. you done in profit with that much pips, it wouldn't make much sense to actually give all of that back, right? I think this euro US dollar might end up taking me out, but I'm willing to take another entry on that for the simple fact that the simple reason that I'll be willing to take another trade on that would be because the confidence that I have that I think the market could continue to push to the upside and not to the downside, right? And I got no position there because it wouldn't make no sense. This could have not dropped in full a lot to the downside. This could have not dropped in a lot to the downside because this could be crucial though. This could be a big drop based off of like, if you look at it, like, if you look at this left side here on US 30, he went from there all the way down here. And he back here again. So it's a high probability that we could come down and drop again back down to this level here. That's a great chance. That's a great chance that that could happen. But the way to approach that is to be patient because it wouldn't make no sense for me to actually go and jump in when we could clearly see that right here is a range, right? That's a range right there that you don't want to take one trade in, you don't want to buy, you don't want to sell because it's not like something super nice gonna come out of that. We got this little structure point here. We got at this, so if we take out like, we can see on that, we got like a double top here. Actually a triple top resistance level there. And then we got like a support level here. We got support level here. So if he break on, sometime what the market would do, it would break out and then come and still go to the upside. So it just to come and fake you out and then continue to the direction that it's actually going. So the thing to do is see the way to avoid the fake out. Sometimes the be to look to see what the previous day did. If you look at what the previous day did, it could give you a whole kind of understanding of what could happen. The thing about it is like this is a big bullish engulfing candle here. Big bullish engulfing candle here. This candle could pull back to some about here before then taking off to then push to the upside up here. But overall structure wise, if we look at it structure wise, like that's a fake out to the downside. That would seem to me. But we not rush it and just try and stay patient based off of that though, because I really do want to get in that and then that end up taking me out. We gotta wait to see if we have rejection off at that level. And if we break that, we know this could be the first take profit level here because this is where the consolidation started. Not a consolidation, but the weakness in the bullish movement. This is where buyers started to pull out the money at this point. You could see how choppy the market started to get here because all the momentum were like the momentum happened here and a little bit here, but like this was like pure choppiness. So let's see what actually happened. We could put this back here. All right, gold definitely look like he want to respect this double bottom for some reason. You're gonna double bottom on the higher up time frame, but here, so what I'm do is take 90% of this off. And take most of this off of this because I just want to try to stay with some good profit from this and then we leave it to see if it run to the downside. That would be right. That would be me profiting 1 to 1, and that is like 50 pips. You can't beat that. Cannot. Here is like this is a good chance for a secondary entry on Euro USD, but then at the same time, it's not something that you want to go so all in on. You want to try and get patient to see how the market goes play out at that point. That's something I'm definitely willing to do because it only makes sense some way. Slowly but surely. USD kind of showing signs that he want to reject. Let's see if we could get in on that right without this and put one super tight stop loss and not put no take profit yet. But what I would like is like one super tight stop right here. One super tight stop right here. I usually do get in more in the market when we done in drawdown. What is it? All right, so we got another entry in Euro USD. Let's see if you respect. Then we'll get out right here. Right around this like startup. We'll get out like right around that level. That would be like 2 times my risk would be like right around 2 times my risk would be like right around this section here. So and put that there. And see when he got the offer. Gold most likely might end up pushing. Let's see where we at with gold. Let's see if gold would end up pushing lower or not. I like leaving something to run, right? Like after some period of time, you start to learn that leaving something to run super important because now in the market that actually give you like some more bread to hold on to. So if we analyze this point here, you could see, I know we're looking at this, but we got resistance here. We found support here. We found support here. And we find resistance and we drop. Same thing. It just a repeat itself. You just gotta be willing to like jump in, jump out, make some money, and call it quit. Same thing. It just a repeat itself countless amount of time. Nothing different. Here, what we're gonna be looking for is to see how he got actually push from here, and what I'll be expecting is for one bullish engulfing candle to close some about up here. One bullish engulfing candle to close some about there. To then move to the upside now. And then we're gonna be super dope because now what I'm looking for right now from now I'll be looking for something like that right now. One rejection, one bullish engulfing, and it doesn't even have to be a bullish engulfing. It just could be a normal candle. Let me look at this guy. I would like to have a nice trade on you on US started tonight before closing now. But we have wait to see wait don't like if it can actually give we a break at this support or not. If give me one break and out support, I would not mind taking one trade from here to here, which would be like 94 pips. I don't see that being too bad for me to make some profit. This candle actually has on the H4, he got 2 hours and 58 minutes before he he complete before this candle closed. The H1 got full of 158 minutes to complete, 30 minutes high, 28 minutes to complete. So all of these candles basically new. Be right below the higher low point right there. And we'll wait to see how this plays out. I get a chart a clear view. Yeah, see how this plays out. Before it was actually me trying to scalp the market. I mean, trying to swing trade the market. Now it is me actually trying to get in and get out the market as quick as possible because it's been more profitable for me than actually getting in a hole in these trades for a long period of time. It's good to have like multiple take profits. If you trade in the market and you're trying to become profitable, what I learned so far is like it's best for you to what I learned so far it's best for you to like have multiple take profits in short span instead of trying to have like these huge take profit because all the market does when you have these huge take profit is like plays around too much. Like it can actually play out or go where you want it to go, but then at the same time it can play around for a bit, it can do some crazy stuff. And before you know it, you just giving back. And that used to frustrate me so much because it wasn't giving me what I wanted. So let's see what the market got actually do. I really want Euro USD to bounce, but he look like he might not reject. I know what Bitcoin doing right now. Bitcoin going crazy, bro. Need to buy me some cryptos because the market going crazy. Feel like when Bitcoin come back to like around 107,000, yeah, shoot again back to the upside. That crazy, like what this crypto has done in the last couple of years. I think Bitcoin by the end of the year probably worth like $200,000 or more. A long way to go, but I think he can get there though. The market not crazy. Like the more I actually repeat these stuff and talk about this, it become more simpler. So trading just making it become more simpler and more simpler when it comes to repetition, I would say. You can see right here, based off of what I'm looking at, you can see right here, we got support and resistance level. So most likely what the Bitcoin might do is from here, he can push from this level, probably back to like right here. And then we're back to this level of resistance that he found right around here. Or he can push all the way back to this level of resistance up here. They're the 2 points that he could go. Well, if he break, then he end up dumping. But he kind of looking really, really nice right now because he fluctuated pretty nice. You look at him like that, he break this one. And line base, he break all of them and then come out, retest it here, and then push to the upside. So it's like marking that off. You could see the we had lower high point, lower than this one. Then we had lower high, lower high. Then we had the lower low, lower than this one, lower low, and then the seam low. But he established that he wasn't going down no more. He break that level of resistance, pulled back, retested it, and shot up. So I think Bitcoin might end up shooting like from around this level. I think he'll push all the way back up to that. Like Bitcoin will come out, retest probably somewhere about here. Yeah, push from somewhere about around this level. About around this level. Somewhere on there. I think we're gonna come back down and push. We end up going all the way back to this high, but we don't know when. He could actually probably pull back to that real quick or not, because this is an whole other chart. Because if you look at it from up here, we can see exactly that the market come from up here, pushing down, boom, boom, boom. Base it off to that. Here, all of the lows break out of that channel on that side. So when we look at structure points, we got this break, we got this break, and we have this break here. So what he did, he coming back, he retested here, he break it, he bunks off it here, he pulls back, he break it. So we can either retest here, bunks off, later on, and then go up, or we could end up coming all the way down. But we have to take out, I would say, in order to see Bitcoin drop, we would definitely have to take out this low here. If we take out this support level, then we would definitely be looking for the market to break, probably retest, and then drop down to like somewhere about down here, which would be like down to this point or this point down here. There would be levels that I would be expecting him to drop when it comes to that. So let's see what happens now. Gold and tech me out for the bounce off of that level, which I was expecting. So what I'm do is journal this as a one-to-one trade that made me some profit. I journal this as a one-to-one. As a one-to-one right there. Boom. Screenshot that. Remove this. All right. Still expecting gold to drop some more, but I done made profit from that one setup. Right here, like I tell you, if gold had, like I said, if gold had actually rejected this zone here, we could see we reject here, we reject here, we reject here, and we reject here. So what do you think will happen here? This will easy to buy right then, try and get it to push back up. But we're gonna be patient to see what it will actually create, because I feel like he could come a little bit higher up and then drop right back down. So and just be patient to see, because I think he could still go up. Right? Let me escape that. Let's see what you have started. I really want to catch one move on you have started, but I don't want to be like, I don't want to be super I don't want to be like I don't want to be super quick to enter. I want to give it time and space to breathe. Your USD is still pushing up, so we could kind of like compensate for the small give back on gold, and probably still have a nice move to the upside. So I remain patient and see if your USD will come and give me that move to the upside, or what he can expect, because I think we could still pull up, come and fill this level here, this level right here, based off of what I'm seeing on the charts. we could come back up. So we're gonna give that a chance and see if that could be the case. Market simple, like it repeats itself. The one thing I'm learning now and been learning more and more is like the quicker you could get in and get out, the better it is. Or the quicker you could get in, make some money, pay yourself, and then get away from the charts. You can leave a run or whatever you want to do. But the best thing to do is learn how to get in and get out. See, like here, he done like kind of like breaking the level, right? You could probably take a sell on this, but it not conform. Before I would have jumped in that super quick. Why I would warn at this point is for this market to come, break on the outside, close, right? For this market to break out, close on the outside, close on the outside, like right, something about that. Uh, so I'd be expecting that to close out and then look for like one market to come and retrace. And then when that retrace, give me that bearish what name to then take the short to the downside. That would be super better for me than taking that trade right did up with that is because I don't do that before. And all he could do is come, push down, push back in, retest that same support and push to the upside. And I do not want that right now. I want to try to be precise with these trades that I take in. Um, Gold kind is still pushing up. Yeah, see how far he could push up. What he looking to offer, and then we're gonna take advantage of that. Well, it feels like this smaller move give me like I don't know about 60 something pips. Like from right some about here to here. I take like 80% of my trade and then I left a small percentage did to see if it went run, but it came back and took me out for a break even. So we just left it. It's totally fine at this point. I just leave it to see how the market could actually react. The main focus right now could be this pair. I would like to have by this candlestick finish on the H1. I would like I would like us to have like a bullish engulfing candle. I would really like to have like a bullish engulfing candle by the end of this candlestick. And push this account up really nice. Try and get it from 300 to 3,000 and then from 3,000 to like 30 and from 30 to like 100 and so forth. Just solely consecutively just killing it month in, month out. Based off of the H4, if we just like drop back, we can see that the market actually like starting to create the market starting to create like the market starting to create momentum for the upside. But that was super nice. You could see like structure wise, you could see the market just drawing on patterns and stuff like that. It was nice. Euro USD been nice for the past couple of months, yo. Like if you look at his structure, you look at all of how he been playing. He's been playing out super nice. So I think we gonna have a nice move to the upside. I hold this because I definitely think the market could come all the way back up to 1.15531. Yeah, see if that possible. But beside that, it's like this market been fluctuating super nice. Structure been being respected. And it doesn't seem to have like some crazy movement. But you would actually think that you had to like but you would actually think you have to like do some crazy stuff. But the whole goal is to like, be uh, But that end for that for me, and just wait to see how this will play out by tomorrow because this is a swing trade. This will take a minute to play out. I don't take no trades on US starter right now. And well, gold he's starting to play to the upside, and I'm not trying to rush nothing right now. So I'm just probably gonna take a nap, wake up in the morning, and then try to see if I could get some kind of movement in the market by then. But the main focus is to see how this guy play out. The two I'm going back in profits. He got 7 pips in profit, which would be crazy compared to how gold and US started at the move. Like these big old moves on Euro USD and USD JPY and all of that, there'll be like these small little percentage in the market movement. And when it comes to like gold and them, there'll be like super crazy. Yo. But anyhow, yeah, go back, yeah, leave this and see what happened. But beside that, peace out, bro. We come back at it again tomorrow, God spare life, and then we go. But I heard to really go deep into this in 2025 because I want to make some good money. I want to make some good money when it comes to trading this market, and I think it is that time to put myself on the market now, bro. So God bless you all, and then we come back again tomorrow.